After the rain is gone, you're guaranteed that the sun will shine. Troubles don't last always. Remember. Growing up in the ghetto, knowing nothing but pain.
And we are back. I don't even recognize that song, but Josh is jiving to it there. He was going along with it. So we're in our last segment here. And you know what? We kind of like to open up the microphones.
I missed it.
And, Todd, have you got some questions of the guys? Or Susan, you're certainly welcome to come up here and participate if you can, contain yourself. And because I'm sure you have some questions. These are,
Yes.
David is your specific guest. And so thank you for making that happen.
Absolutely.
And so, fire away, Get on
the mic.
I've got a question for both Jaime and David. The market's changing. There's a lot of folks that are out there changing careers right now, and they're looking for opportunities. And I know you guys both have great teams. Tell us a little bit about advice you would give to maybe a newer agent or someone looking to join the business. What made both you guys successful? Maybe programs that you both went through. I know, Jaime, you're involved in a program that you instituted, and now you've been asked to teach that program nationwide. So, tell us a little bit about the opportunities with both of your teams.
Okay. Well, the Lavelle team is actually my wife and I, Jennifer. She wanted me to say her name on the radio. There you go, babe. So basically, she actually is the team leader. We are actually growing teams in Tomball and the Woodlands, and we have a very strong program. We bring agents in. We're really looking for new agents or agents that have been in business for a year or two that maybe aren't performing very well, that need help, structure, training specifically on things to do to actually make themselves successful in the business. You do have to work. It's not a job for, like we were saying before, it's not a part-time job. It's a full-time job, and you've got to be willing to work, but there's good money in real estate. So we have a really good program, so just call us, and we'll set you up an appointment with Jennifer, and you see what we can actually do to help you in your career in real estate.
Okay. That's great info, and what I would add to that is always keep learning.
Mm-hmm.
Just what you learn in real estate school, there's a lot more to learn than just that. Yeah. You got to go out there and you got to generate leads. That's the name of the game. Mm-hmm. And the course that Todd was talking about, it's a Keller Williams course. It's called Bold, and it's a 7-week course called Business Objective, A Life by Design. And right now it's actually starting at the Keller Williams Metropolitan over here on Westheimer. You can still sign up, and you can find me on Facebook if you're interested in that, and I'll definitely give you the link. And it's all about changing your mindset and gearing it towards grasping the business, generating leads, and how to be successful in this business. I've taken this course 6 times, right, and every time I'm in a different place in my business.
And there's goal setting involved and things like that. There's structures that you need to make the business.
You mean like
successful.
you have to plan?
You need a plan. You need a plan.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Tim, can we do that?
What's the? What is it? Failing to plan is planning to fail.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
The man with the quotes.
Yeah.
No,
Old guy working at McDonald's told me that one. He said,
so we know what side of the equation he was on, don't we?
Planning to fail. I said, I'll have some fries with that.
But yeah, Bold has been out for a while now, and everyone I've ever known has taken that has changed their life. Not only just from the business side, but the personal side as well.
So the great thing about Bold was actually created and written by Diana Kokoska, who's the author of Bold, in 2009. And what happened, it was our current president, our Keller Williams president at the time, went to Diana and said, a shift is coming. Mm-hmm. Can you write this program? Can you write a program to get our agents ready for a shift? So what's coming right now? What are we in the middle of? We're in the middle of a shift, and right now is a great time to go through this program.
But that's exactly true, and I know Diana Kokoska, and I've actually taken some classes with her. She's a very dynamic trainer and things like that. But yeah, we're in a shift. Of course, it's Jay Papasan and Gary Keller wrote that book Shift before he came out with the one. So I mean, it's even if you're not with that company, those are still, I would hand them out to agents to read it because it's what everybody should know, what's happening in the marketplace. And there's always opportunity. A market moving up, market moving down is always opportunity. A market that's static, it's not.
Right. The one thing I'd like to interject too, whatever team you do get on, just get on a team. If you come in as a new agent, you're out there by yourself, and there's so much to learn. You need guidance and mentoring, and that's really what the team structure is going to give you. It's going to give you that strength and that backup. You're going to have seasoned agents like myself and Jaime that can help you, and you're going to basically hit the ground running than just start struggling, just trying to learn stuff. And
You know,
so
and
you're
I
gonna be
actually
much more
have
successful.
talked to Texas Real Estate Commission about doing mentoring as a requirement. Because right now, you can be, for a while, you could be an agent for 2 years and then get your broker's license. Now you have to be an agent for 4 years and have to actually do something. So they are trying to raise the, yeah, you actually have to sell something in that time period, and then you can take your broker's license. It's 3,600 points. And it's basically it's not much. It's a bare minimum. But I think that they should have some sort of mentoring established in our licensings that requires them to be with a team or something like that, so they can follow them through each transaction. Because I know, and I'm sure you've experienced this. And when I teach CE, I talk about this all the time. There's agents out there who they're nice people, have great intents, they have no clue what they're doing.
Right.
None.
Right.
Because they've had zero training, and the best way to learn is to do.
Right. Well, one of the things I do with my team is like when they go out on listing appointments, their first 2 listing appointments, I actually go with them and do the listing presentation for them, so they can see how to actually do it. And then when they feel comfortable, then they can do the listing presentation. They're not just thrown out there to the wolves.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. So I'm actually helping them be successful right up.
It's funny. The plumbers figured that out, and electricians figured that out, but real estate people hadn't figured that out.
Exactly.
Follow somebody who's successful, emulate what they do, and then you can make it your own after you've kind of gotten the basics down of what to do and how to deal with people and how to generate business. And if you're not generating something in your pipeline, it often spikes where people are busy, and they haven't done anything to get new business, and so it drops down. So they have to start over. Knowing how to continually have business is what makes you all successful. It doesn't stop and it doesn't dry up, and let's face it, we pretty much eat what we kill. That's it. If you're not out there, doing something, we'd work on contingency.
Keep in touch with your customers too, right? It's a whole lot easier to
follow up. Yep.
And to follow up what David said, as a new agent, you're starting the business, you go to HAR, you become a member of HAR, you join MLS, and then after that, you got to buy signs, you got to buy this, you got to work with sellers, you got to work with buyers, you got to show houses. And then when you join a team, it's focus. My first buyer's agent actually he was a past client, he was a buyer. And he said, hey, I'm interested in getting the business. Now he's our lead buyer's agent. He was his first year in the business last year and made over $90,000.
Right.
What does an average agent make? Not bad. About 24,000.
I think that's probably high.
And on their first year, it's definitely not 24. And he came right out the gates. And what happens is that he was solely focused on learning the buyer presentation and learning the buyer skills. And that's the difference between going out an individual agent on your own and joining a team.
Yes, very good.
You mean it's like doing the one thing? Is that what you're talking about? If you ever remember that movie, it was City Slickers, where Curly said, he holds up his finger and goes, one. And that's, and I'd been actually using that long before the book came out, because I've seen so many people who get a modicum of success and they decide they want to do something else. And I coach them, I said, don't do one thing until you're really excellent at it, and maybe consider doing something additional. But no, they're getting into multiple businesses. I've seen people, they're selling insurance on the side, they're selling electricity on the side. If you tell me that I'm not going to say the name of the company, but the ones that are multi-level, power selling, what you're telling me is that you don't do real estate very well. Right. That's what you're telling me. And it's if I went to an attorney and I just committed murder, and I'm sitting there reading counsel with the attorney, and he gets me through the first thing and says, things will be okay, don't worry. And he says, and he closes up his file and goes, by the way, where do you buy your electricity? I'm not going to have a lot of confidence in my life at that point. That's the same thing. Exactly. So, be focused. Let people know you are the professional in real estate.
Right.
So you're all just agreeing with me. No additions?
Coming back to that, I have a lot of friends, of course, in the business, and you look at their Facebook page, and Facebook is so powerful. And what I love about it is that you get to reconnect with people you haven't talked to in 20 years. And 2 weeks ago, we sold a house to a friend of mine. We went to elementary school together, and Facebook is what reconnected us. And you look on Facebook sometimes, and you see people posting for Advocare, Herbalife, all these other things. And I said, what do you do? what do you do? And the thing is that you never want people to be confused about what you do. You can be involved in these things and not make it public. You know, you can take these products. However, there's a difference between advertising it and confusing people on what you actually do for a living.
I wholeheartedly agree. But by the way, when you do all those other things, it takes your energy away from your main business. And that's the part that I always talk about. Said, yeah, I know you're doing a little on part-time side, but whatever it takes, it's taking it away from your main core business. And don't do it.
Well, we tell them you have plan A, throw away plan B. There is no plan B. Plan A is real estate, and you're going for it. That's right.
Plan B is go get a job because we're going to redirect your career path. So anyway, we're coming up in the last 3 minutes here. So, David, tell the listeners what you'd like to leave them with.
Well, if you're looking for a great real estate agent and team, call David Lavelle and the Lavelle team. Again, my number is 713-302-4795. And if you're interested in actually a real estate career, please call us and talk to Jennifer and see if you're a good fit for our team.
And he is working out there in that Tomball area and Woodlands and Spring.
Yeah, Northwest Spring, everything on the northwest side. Let Jaime take Katie in that area, and I'm everything north, okay?
Yeah. See, they're already working as a team.
There we go.
Jaime, what do you want to leave people with?
Let's follow up on what David said. Absolutely. You definitely want somebody who specializes in certain areas, somebody who knows that market. And what I want to leave people with is whenever you're hiring a real estate agent, focus on the communication. What you really want to know is how much they communicate with you. Mm-hmm. Now, this could benefit the clients and new agents. So new agents out there, remember, communication is the key to this business. Feel free to give me a call. Use David and I as a resource for information. You can reach me at 832-545-5379. You can always go to thecoronateam.com and give us your information, and we'll go ahead and set up a time to meet with you. Communication. I can't stress that enough.
Todd, I think you got to leave us with a thought here.
Oh, man. Closing thought. Last night I went to the Bart Crow concert down at the Firehouse, and Mr. Crow gave a shirt for Mr. Corona here since he was not in attendance. And anyway, I just wanted to give that to you from Mr. Bart Crow last night. I know you're a big country music fan, so there you go.
Thank you.
Notice he didn't bring anything for the hosts of the show.
I've got yours in the other room.
Susan, you have a last moment thought? We got about 40 seconds.
No, I just want to say thank you very much, David Lavelle, for coming out here and being my guest today. And hey, everybody out there that's listening to this, just remember the Alamo when writing your next contract.
There you go.
We're here to help you.
Remember the Alamo.
Remember the Alamo.
So, Timo, you got anything for us?
2 realtors are walking out of a bar. No, really, it can happen.
Are you walking out? Anyway, well, that is actually our show for the day. And so we will see everyone next week. And, our Chris Kelso will have returned at that time. So, anyway, last thought.
The Maestro of Mortgage will be
back. The Maestro of Mortgage will be back.
Next week with Willow Ben.
Okay, well, we're looking forward and get breakfast at the Bend. So I want you all to come join us for breakfast next week at the Bend and breakfast today at the Egg and I. So until next week, we are out of here.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Rat Pack. The Real Estate Rat Pack is ready to answer your toughest questions. So tune in to the really big show every Saturday at 9 a.m. right here on 100.7 The Word.